tomorrow's news agenda is Gavin Riley, political correspondent with Today FM. Gavin, we'll go to a report that's due out from the social justice think tank Task. It's looking at the issue of child poverty, and it's expected to make some pretty stark reading.
Yeah, this is a follow-on from a landmark report that they did last year, which I think was called Cherishing All Equally, and it's generally looking at what happened over the course of the recession. Did the gap between the haves and the have-nots get any wider? And of course we know that it did. But the findings last year were particularly stark in highlighting just how many children were at risk of child poverty, and particularly, which I think is something that generally tends to go underreported, the number of children who are the children of single parents and how at risk they are of poverty. Because I think last year's statistic was something like 56% of children who are the children of single parents are at risk of poverty under a series of different headings. So I suppose that the question for tomorrow's report would be, whether we're getting any better, and whether the rising tide of apparently 26% economic growth is really going to lift all boats that way. Of course, the signals would be that there aren't, but it will be interesting to see if we are making any progress at all, or if we're not, exactly what categories we're failing under, because we're now moving into a situation where the economy is, everyone recognises that it's getting better to some degree, not to 26% better, but getting better to some degree. So the question is really, how are we going to now channel that, and how big is the gap between the haves and the have-nots getting? And this will be another way of telling us what the gap is.
We're also expecting a big